Good morning, Phoenix Flippers. It is Marie. Hey, I am coming on live this morning. I've had some people ask me about shipping, so I decided I am just going to go live and show you guys how I do shipping. I'm going to flip over. Normally, I do items one at a time, which I know a lot of people don't, but I'm just like staying focused on getting things finished from beginning to end. But today I did go ahead. Good morning, Jennifer. Today I did go ahead and pulled some of the items that I sold over the weekend. And so I'm going to go ahead and get those boxed up first. And then I'm going to go over to my shipping station and or my printing station and do all of them at once. Don't normally do it that way, but just so I don't have to keep flipping my phone back and forth, that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to try and talk my way through most of this so that you guys don't get completely bored. I can see that people are watching. Hello, Mary. Good morning. Happy Monday. And then I can tell you when I'm done, after I get over to my computer, how much I made on each flip. So we're starting off, like I said, so what I'm doing is I'm doing my shipping live this morning. And I'll show you guys what I sold over the weekend. And then when I go and print the labels, I will let you know how much I made from each one. So this is a vintage shirt. And I know that I got this in an auction in a big lot of clothing. And so I know I didn't pay too much for it. Don't remember how much it sold for, but that sold on eBay yesterday, I think. So I'm going to get that shipped out. So what I do for all of my clothing, in fact, for everything, is I always try and put it into a clear plastic bag first. And the reason I do that is a lot of places, if it rains and it gets stuck in a mailbox or on their porch or whatever, then it doesn't get wet. And I know a lot of people, I've watched some other people shipping videos, and I've seen a lot of people that just stick it right into a bag. And I mean, no, it's up to you how you want to do your shipping, but this is just my preference, and I get a lot of comments about my shipping, so good comments. So then I just stick it into the appropriate eBay bag. If you have an eBay store, you pay for an eBay store, you should get, you have a quarterly coupon that you can get eBay branded supplies. Actually, I'm going to leave this open so I don't forget what it is, but I'm going to try to write on the outside. So also, so this is the vintage shirt. Like I said, normally I don't do this because normally I usually do one item at a time. How do you guys do it? If you guys have good morning, Lana. If you guys have shipping, do you guys do one item at a time, or do you guys pack everything and then do your labels, or how do you do it? So here's a pair of TYR shorts. I just sold these this morning, actually. I think on, was this the one? No, this is not the one. I did sell these over the weekend. So again, I'm just going to get rid of this other one. So these are like sandwich bags, and I use these for storage in my boxes. They're really cheap for like 1,000 of them on eBay. But when I'm sending them in my actually shipping, I actually use the nice ones that have the strip across the top. So, yeah. I don't know if I can see you guys' comments if you're commenting. I can see when you join. I may have to get a second device to see comments. I'm not sure. So these are just TYR shorts. Again, just sticking them into an eBay envelope. And then you might have just seen me on the other one and probably asking, what is it? So I have a thank you card that I had printed up with Pixie Dust Treasure information. I am Pixie Dust Treasure on all of the platforms. So it just says, thank you for your purchase. We hope you enjoy your items. Pixie Dust Treasure. That's it. And this is the same banner that I use on my platforms. So it's all consistent. And I just stick one of those in the bag. So I'm just going to leave the bags open so that I know what's in them when I do my shipping. These are interesting. I got these. I can't remember how much I paid, but I'll look when I do my shipping. I'll tell you. These are like these grips, but I got them on the $2 day or 50% off day. And I got 6 of them. So I'm selling them in twos, and I know I sold them, I think, for $20. And I think I paid like maybe $2 together for them. with the 50% off. I'm not sure, but so let me stick those in a bag. And yes, I know they're already in a bag, but I want to keep them as light as possible. I'm not sure where they're going to. Sometimes I'll go and check when there are items like this. Well, this one maybe not so much because it is made of cloth, so I can stick it in a bag anyway. If there's items that are questionable as to like, oh, should I put that into a bag or should I put that into a box? A lot of times I will go and see where they're shipping to. Because if they're shipping to someplace close to me, since I'm in Arizona, if they're shipping to California or Texas or whatever, I might just go ahead and put them in a box because I know they're not going to cost very much, and I know people will probably appreciate it. So those can go in there, and I will put, whoops, look at that. I ran out of thank you cards, so now I have to open a whole nother one. So I have packs and packs upon these. I think I ordered 1,000, but I know I've already used over half since I ordered them middle of last year. So let's open another pack here. There is a few other things that I got. I have one really good item that I can tell you about when I get to it. And it's going to take a little bit longer to package up than just clothing. So I'm not just doing clothing, so don't worry about that. I put these up here. Okay, so I put one of these in there. Okay, and then this is the one I just sold this morning. I sold this on Mercari. It was really kind of interesting. So a few things this morning. So last night, this person sent me an offer for like less than half on Poshmark, and I declined it. And then this morning, I wake up to an offer on Mercari, and since Mercari, and it actually is the same person, so Mercari now has, you know, no selling fees. So they, so I actually make more on this one. It's really funny because she only offered me $18 on Poshmark, but she offered me $28 on Mercari. And she has to pay all the extra fees on Mercari. So I actually make $28 on that sale. And this was a miracle suit. I should have showed you guys what that was. It was a miracle suit. Those are really good. If you guys shop the swimming suit areas, look for Miracle Suit. That's like the best, one of the best brands. And if you can, sometimes you can find them with tags. So, whoops, you know what? This is an eBay bag. I'm not going to send this in an eBay bag. See, somebody should have caught me on that. So I have other bags. I don't usually use this big of bag. Oh, here we go. Hang on a second. I don't need that big of bag. We keep other bags up here on our top that are non-eBay branded bags. We also have some on the side over here. I'm going to use one of my husband's actually. So this is one of his bags. His store name is Hibiscus Pizza. So he tries to do everything hibiscus and pizza-y. But I'm going to use one of his hibiscus bags for my Mercari shipping today. And I still use the same card because, again, like I said, I am Pixie Dust Treasures across all the platforms. Why is my hair being a mess? Okay. I'll say the two good ones for last. So these are a pair of Cheeks. Don't normally get these, but I think I probably only paid $1 for them. And since I didn't, you know, that's probably why I got them. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have gotten them. I can't imagine I paid more than $1. Maybe two. So all shoes, I always wrap in paper. And then I put them into a bag. Normally I wrap them a little bit nicer, but these are plastic. They're not, even if they get wet, they're going to be fine. But they're not going to get wet because I'm putting them into a bag. These weigh under a pound right now. I don't want to make them go over a pound by adding a box. And because they're not the kind that are going to get damaged, I'm going to go ahead and still put them into a bag. Normally I would not put shoes in a bag. I would put them in a box. But because of the type that they are, I'm just going to put these ones in a bag. Like I said, I don't usually sell those type of sandals and lightweight, and I don't want to, I'm trying to keep it under the pound. If I add the box, it will probably be over a pound. And if I put it on there and it is over a pound, then I'll just add it into a box. Okay, so here's a cool one. So this is a Disney pin. I just sold this morning. I sold it for $100. Yes, you heard that right. A Disney pin, $100. I paid $1 or $2 for it at a garage sale. They had a whole bunch of Disney pins. I bought these a few months ago. It was a local sale. I went up there and they had a massive amount of Disney pins. She was moving and her son had left all of this stuff, and she asked him, did he want any of it? And he said no. So I just got every Disney pin that I could that said limited edition on the back, and this was one of them. I did not look it up when I was there because I already knew that pins were at $1 were a really good price. And so I didn't get all the pins, but my daughter actually went back. They gave us their phone number, and we went ahead and bought all the rest of the Disney pins when they were done with the sale that they didn't sell. And then we also had a jacket, had a Disney jacket. Sorry, I'm looking for some bubble wrap here. So because this is a $100 pin, I am going to keep it in this nice little separate bag. I'm going to bubble wrap it. And I'm actually going to ship this one priority in a flat rate, small flat rate box. If I have any small flat rate boxes. If not, I'll still just put it in a, oh, actually, you know what I'll do? No, I know what I'll do. It is eBay, so as long as it's going in a box. Now, I really want to ship a priority. Hang on, let me see if I have any small priority flat rate boxes here. And there goes a whole box of wrapping paper. Glad to see you. Don't worry about it, you guys. You'll see that I'm not the most, although I'm very organized, it's not, things happen. All right, so I do have a flat rate. Small flat rate box. So that's what I'm going to use for this. I'm going to see if I have a nice small, try to keep some jewelry boxes around for things that are really small like this, but I am not seeing any like in my immediate thing. I try to keep them, I have these IKEA shelves up here, and I try to keep things at hand's reach that are really small that I can use, but they're not in there, so that's okay. So I'm bubble wrapping it. Hello, Brenda. Good morning. Happy Monday. I am just doing my shipping live this morning. I've pre-pulled everything. I don't normally do that. Normally I just do one item at a time. I pull it, I wrap it, I do the label. But today, because I'm showing you guys, I'm doing it a little different. So I pulled all my items first, and now I am packaging them, and then I will go over to the computer and I will print the labels, and I will let you guys know how much I made from each item. So this is my Disney pin, and I'm putting it into a priority box. Why am I putting it into a priority box? Because it sold for $100. And I am not going to put a $100 item into an envelope. I just like it better. I just think it will appear better in a box. That's just my personal opinion. If you want to use it in a poly envelope, that is completely up to you. I'm sure it would arrive just fine. I just want it to go priority. It's only going to cost me $7. I think I charged them $4.95 for shipping. I'm putting in my thank you card. It fits just fine. I will close this one up because I know what this one means, because I have only one other priority item, which is next. And I'll tell you about this next item very shortly. So I told you about this one that I think I paid $1 for. I did get it at a garage sale. I could have paid $2 for it. I can't remember for sure, but I can let you know when I get to my computer, because I keep all that on my computer. And List perfectly allows me to do that. Put in all my cost of goods. And yes, I am taping up the sides of the priority boxes. Priority boxes, unfortunately, are not the most secure boxes. We are in Arizona. I have had the tape from the security boxes come undone. I have had these little ones. I have had the sides pop out and open up with no contents. So now I put a piece of tape over the sides and across where we pull off their pre-pasted stuff. All right, and the last item is going to take me a little bit longer to package up. But let me tell you what I did. So this is a Precious Moments. It is a Precious Moments Disney. I actually picked up a lot of Precious Moments. I'm sure a lot of you passed them by. But let me tell you, if you look up on eBay and look up Altered Moments, there is a complete group for people who repaint Precious Moments items. And so I decided with my little artsy fartsy self that I was like, oh, I love this idea. This is so cool. I got to find me some Precious Moments. So I found a few Precious Moments at a local garage sale, but then I decided I would start searching on OfferUp and stuff. And I found somebody selling a pretty large amount of Precious Moments. Now, they only had a few pictured, and they just said, I have about 150 of them, and they were asking 200, and so I offered them the 150, but then they were going and they were going through them, and I told them, I said, I don't want any ornaments. I don't want dolls. I just want the actual things. And they said, well, and then it's like, when I got there, they only had 97, and they were only charging me $1 a piece for these things. And I didn't get to see them. They already had them in boxes. There was about maybe 10 that had the boxes with them. The rest of them were just loose, but they did have them wrapped. And so I ended up paying $110 for them, and I brought them home, and I opened them all up. And there was a few Disney ones in there. And now Disney ones go for a lot more, and they did not have any of the Disney ones pictured in their ad. And so I get to literally the bottom of one of the boxes. I think I had 5 or 6 boxes, banker boxes full. And this was one of the ones in the box. So you remember, I paid $110 for about 105 figures. Okay. And this was one of them. And I sold this. So I averaged a little over $1 a piece on them. Actually, it ended up being $1 a piece. I think I did get 110. And I sold this one for $115. So, and I still have, I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 more Disney ones to list. And then that were in there. And 2 of them have the boxes with them. And here, I can show it to you really quick. Hang on one second. They're not going to sell for as much as that one, but these are 2 more of the Disney ones. So this one is a Blue Fairy and Pinocchio, and this will be listed today. And I think I'm putting 60 on this one. And then this one is a music box. Actually, I have 2 of these, one in the box and one out of the box. This one's brand new in the box. And I can't remember what I'm putting these ones up for, but I'll have to look. And I paid $1 a piece for these. So that's a really good turnaround. And then all of the other pieces, I actually, I was going to put them up on the Altered Moments group, because they do have a resale group as well. But I decided, you know what, there's got to be people local that are going to be altering these things as well. So I put them up yesterday on my local page for $5 a piece. And yesterday I made $101 yesterday from those. And then I have 20, 30, 40, 44 more dollars coming in today from those. And those are all just local pickups. So I'm doing those at $5 a piece. And then if I do them online, I'm going to do them $6 a piece plus shipping so that I can still make $5. But that's 100% profit now. So I'm already way in the good. I mean, this one piece, like I said, this one piece sold for $115. So this made up for this paid for the entire lot. So, and I did not know that these were in there. I did not know I was not expecting any Disney pieces in that when I purchased it. So it was just a bonus. So let me get that packaged up, and I will, let's see if I can, I'm going to use a 10 by 10 because I have those really sturdy 10 by 10 boxes. I don't even know where it's going to, but it doesn't really matter. Okay. So yes, although it's a much smaller piece, I want to make sure that it arrives safely. So I am going to put that in there. Now I have a paper tape dispenser here that I use. I really like it. Pretty simple, easy. I use the plastic tape or the regular box tape on priority boxes, but on brown boxes, I like to use that tape. So let's get this guy wrapped up. Let me see if a pool noodle can go around the hat or not. I don't know. Let's see. Let me cut a chunk of pool noodle off. If you've been with me a while, you know I love pool noodles, and they're so good for so many different things. So I'm taking a pool noodle, I'm cutting a piece off, cutting it in half, making it like a little channel here, and seeing if I can put it over the hat for better protection, which I think that's what I'm going to do. So you see how I did that? See, there's this nice big protrusion on the top. I can just open up the channel here and stick it right over the top of the hat. And look at that. It gives it a really good protection. And then I'm going to put the bubble wrap and stuff over the top of everything. So let me grab some bubble wrap here. Sorry guys, I'm making them, I dropped a whole box of wrapping paper by the floor. So that's what you hear rustling around. Okay, I have bubble wrap up here on the top of my shelf. A big roll of bubble wrap. I get all my bubble wrap from Bubble Boy pretty much. Let's go ahead and wrap it up. I'm gonna just wrap it in all directions. Make sure it is very secure. I hope you guys are leaving comments, because I really want to go back and read comments. I just don't think that I can see any comments on my phone while I'm recording. I think I need to have a second device next to it. So if you're commenting, I promise I will respond when I am done. This is going to be a little bit of a longer video than what I normally do, though, because I am going to go and show you when I print my labels and stuff, and how I enter my everything into the program that I use, and so you can see the cost of goods and how much I made and the profit and everything like that. So I'm just wrapping. I want to make sure this thing arrives safely. And then I like to use the shrink wrap around things like this. And then because this is bubble wrap and it's clear, and did sell on eBay, I'm going to use the eBay tape instead of clear tape to close it up, because when you put clear tape on it, sometimes it's really hard to find out where the end of that bubble wrap is at, so they don't know where to unwrap it. If you use eBay tape, obviously it's much more obvious where the end of it is at, because it's labeled. And then I just use the shrink wrap to kind of hold the bubble wrap on. And you don't have to do this, but this is just how I like to do it, because I'm going to add more wrapping around it after I'm done. Yes, do I overwrap? Probably. But I think in all of my time, I think I've only had 1 or 2 items ever arrive broken. So I think I have a pretty good track record for stuff like that. And like even like dishes and stuff, my husband is just like, oh my gosh, if he ever sells anything that's broken, he's like, can you please wrap this? He doesn't usually sell any type of breakables. He primarily does clothing. This thing is a pain in the butt. I don't know why it's being so difficult. Maybe it's just because it's early. Maybe it's because it knows it's on video. I don't know. I don't usually have this much problem wrapping. Of course, I am usually wrapping square things. I do this when I'm selling electronics a lot. I don't want to wrap it too tight because I know there's some delicate pieces on there, but I'm just trying to keep it so that the bubble wrap stays intact around the item and make sure that it keeps it nice and cushioned. Come on. So this is kind of just creating a nice big bubble around it and keeping it all, it's not loose so that it can't unwrap from itself. I was really lucky a few weeks ago. I went to a garage sale and found a whole entire box of these. You can buy this bubble wrap at these things at Home Depot or even at U-Haul. But I was lucky enough when I went to a garage sale, somebody was selling a whole box of 12 of these. And they're 1,000 feet on each roll. And I got a whole box of them for $10. And so I kept 2 of them because 1,000 feet is going to last me a very long time. And then at my garage sale, I sold them, the rest of them for $5 a piece. So obviously I still have a lot of space in here. So there's a few things you can do. I still really like, I do have peanuts that I'll use to fill in the gaps, but peanuts are movable. Peanuts will move during shipping depending on how they are in the box. So I like to have things that don't move, but that are still flexible. And so I like to use, just like I said, I really like to use pool noodles. So I'm going to make a pool noodle. I'm going to take 2 pool noodles actually, and I'm going to put them in the bottom of the box, and that's going to kind of give me a nice little area, and then I'll put the peanuts between them. But hang on, let me grab another pool noodle. Be right back. So I have a whole bunch of pool noodles. I just buy them by the box at the $1.25 store. For those of you who go there. I use these for so much. I'm getting ready to I'll do a separate video for a piece of artwork that I'm going to be listing. I'm going to list it, and then I'm going to actually package it up and have it ready. So I'll show you, I'll do that separately. But now I can put these 2 pool noodles. It's just a nice space filler. It doesn't hardly weigh anything, but they're solid. So anything that's sitting on top of it is not going to move. If you want to, you can even tape them to the bottom. You don't have to, depending on what it is that you're shipping. I'll just tape one to the bottom just so I can, doesn't move. I should probably tape both of them actually. That'll be fine. And then you can either use paper or here is my, oh my gosh, what is peanuts? So I have a bag of peanuts. I don't always have a bag of peanuts, but you should be able to get them. If you put up an ad locally on your Facebook pages, people will probably give them to you. There are some people who want to sell them, but I did come across a garage sale once, but they literally wanted like $30 for 2 bags of peanuts, and I was like, what? No, that's not for me. Thank you though. So this is wrapped pretty well. Don't worry, I'm gonna put more wrapping around it and more bubble wrap. I have lots of bubble wrap, so I'm not concerned about that. I could actually put that in a bag too, but it's not gonna, nothing's gonna happen to that. That's not going anywhere. So I'm gonna lay that down. And then I think what I'm gonna do, actually maybe I'll stand, no, I'm not gonna stand that one up. Lay that one down. I'm actually gonna take some more of the, so I have, if I show you the inside of the box, you'll see that there's still space around like the sides and stuff. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take, guess what I'm going to do? Yep, you guessed it. If you said pool noodle, you are correct. Now, I don't think there's enough space to put whole pool noodles on the side. So what I'm going to do for the space, and again, so that it doesn't ever, there's no way it's going to touch the sides, I'm going to cut the pool noodles in half, and I'm going to put them against the box. So the flat side goes against the box, and then the inside, so it creates this little barrier for the item on the inside, and it keeps it kind of floating in the middle there. And then I'm going to cut another one. Let me get the pool noodle sticker off of it. And I'm going to put that on the inside, because those 2 pieces are going from end to end, and so there's only a smaller space I'll show you when I do it here, and then you'll see what I mean. But it's going to help fill in this gap that's here. Let me show you. Do you see that? See what I did to fill that in? And if I wanted to, I could do another one, but I think that's going to be plenty to keep it secure and away from the sides of the box. And then I can put more of the filler in there. And then I'll show you what I'm going to do to the top. Because again, I don't want it to touch. Now, if I want to, I can cut down the box and make it smaller. I'm not going to do that with this particular item because I want as much cushion as possible. So I'm going to, again, put the pool noodles in the top, and then I will fill the voids with more of the peanuts. Now, if I wanted to only use half, I could use half noodles. Like I said, I'm just going to keep using the full noodle because I have the space in the box right now for it. Like I said, often I would go ahead and cut down the boxes because I would like the boxes to be as small as possible. So you know what, I'm going to put like 3 across. I want the sides to be really firm here. I think I'll just fill the middle with the thing. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put one of my cards in here. And then I'm going to fill it, the rest with this. And there you go. So yes, did that one take a little bit longer? Absolutely. But it's a more expensive item, so I'm cool with that. Again, I use my tape here, my paper tape. And there we go. Now I have a nice, look at that. You would never know. All right, so that's the shipping portion. Let me put this back, and that's the packaging portion. And then I'll go over to my computer. Put that back up there. It's kind of a mess here. Sorry, guys. My husband wants to do his shipping too, so let me move all of this stuff. I keep these little pieces. I actually have a little box over by my other side of the room where I keep all of those. But I am going to, if you give me just a moment, I'm going to move all of these items over to my shipping station. So don't go away. I'll show you how I do all of that as well. Hang on. Just got to remember everything that's in each box. Okay, move that there. I'm just grabbing all my items now. I don't pre-weigh things. I just do, I've been doing it long enough. I just kind of have a guesstimate of the weight of things. Okay, let me move my camera as well. Let's move it over here. I may have to change the height so you guys can see what I'm doing. Is this the best location? Let's see. So this, can you see my label maker over here? No, you can't. Let's put it right there. Does that work? Hopefully that works. I know you're not going to be able to see probably what's on my screen, but I will tell you what's happening on my screen. Let me see if I can turn it just a little more. Okay. So I use a program called List Perfectly. And in the morning, I just go up to my computer. Heck, you know what? Let me move, see if I can hold it up here. I'll have to move it in a second. So this is my List Perfectly screen. And I just have this little sales button and I click on it. And so it lets me know everything that's sold, how much it's sold for, what platform it's sold for. And when I click on it, it brings me to the item in List Perfectly. And if I go into the sold button, so it tells me that it's sold, what platform it's sold on. It removes it from all my other platforms. And then I can click on this sold button up here. And so I know that it sold on 4/8. My cost of goods, because I entered it when I first got it, was only $1 for this item. And then I'm going to add in my shipping cost, my sold price, and any fees, and it's going to tell me what my profit was. So, but first, let's go over. And if I know that it was on eBay, and if I just want to click on this eBay button right here, it'll bring me right to my eBay listing. So, which I really don't need my eBay listing because I really need my shipping page. So I do all my shipping from my eBay, and it says print and ship labels. And it just so happens this is the first one. So let's go ahead and purchase my shipping label. I'm going to put my phone back down. Hopefully that is an okay position there. Whoops, why does it want me to? Hang on. I'm not sure why it wants me to log in separately. Let's see if I can do it from here. Interesting. I don't know why it's saying that I need to log in. Must have logged me out at some point. Okay, there we go. So let's see. So this one we know is the priority box one. So this is the Disney pin. And so it's a flat rate box, so I don't really need to weigh it or anything. It is going to Iowa. And I have a little list here. So if some of you who have followed me, I have a map on the back of my door over here that I color in all the states since the beginning of the year. And this is the only states I haven't sold to yet. So I keep this so that I can check everyone when I sell it, because I want to see how long it takes me to sell to all of them. So USPS mail, flat rate, small box, it's $8.51. So I'm going to purchase that shipping label. And it's going to pop up. I hope it's going to pop up. There it is. And I'm just going to print the label. And I have a Dymo label printer here. So I just print and print. And out pops my label. And I stick it on my box. And now that one is ready to go. But what I do so that I can get all of my information in there, I know it cost me $8.51. Hang on one second. My eBay. If I go to payments and all transactions, I always leave that page open. So I go back to my list perfectly. I just go bulk edit. Let me show you up closer again. Whoop, pull that up. Hopefully you can see. So I'm going to put in my shipping cost here of $8.51, and it changes real time. So now it's saying my profit is negative $9.51 because I've not yet put the sold price in, and my cost of goods was $1. So I go over to my seller hub. I go payments, all transactions, and I can see everything that I've sold. So this one, the total price that I received without the tax, because eBay collects the tax, but I don't ever see it, was $104.95. So the sold price I put in here is $104.95. And then my fees were $14.23, plus I had an ad fee of $3.36. So I go $14.23 and $3.36 is $17.59 was my total fee for that. So $17.59, and then it tells me my total net profit for this item was $77.85. And then I just push save, and it keeps that information for me. And then I can go out of that, and then I can just go into my next item. I like to go down my list perfectly. It makes it much easier for me. So this one is a Mercari item. So this is the Miracle Suit. So I'm just going to go ahead and get this stuff done. Mercari is a little bit different just because yeah, I don't have to add it. And I have already told it how much the item weighs, because I know I weighed it and it was less than a pound. So I know that's in the hibiscus pizza one because it's not eBay branded. So I just checked the weight to make sure, and it's only 10 ounces. So hopefully I put that was for like a 16 ounce item on Mercari. And like I said, I can just click on the Mercari tab and it will open up the Mercari. It'll open up right to the item, which again, really isn't that helpful. Oh, I guess it is. This one I can just click view order. And then I can open my label. I can print my label. This one is going to Massachusetts, I believe. No, Maryland. I don't know. MA. What's MA? Massachusetts? And it is USPS Ground Advantage, so that's good. I can go in here and my sale price is $28. I made $28. So I don't have to add any shipping or anything like that into the list perfectly, because they paid for it, and I don't have any fees because they're not taking fees anymore. So I paid $4.39 for that item. I made $28, so my net profit was $23.61. And I just saved that. And then I'm going to put my label on that one. And that is ready to go. I usually have a USPS box here next to me, but I didn't bring one in today. And I try to keep my thing clean as I go. So let's go on to the next one. Like I said, if you don't have lists perfectly, then you're just going straight off of eBay, and that's fine. It is a little bit faster. But I like to keep track of all of my cost of goods and my net profits and everything. And this program makes it really easy for me to do that. But it does take a little bit longer when you first start. And when you're going through each thing. Okay, so I did only pay $1 for those cheek sandals. Let me go to where'd my cheeky sandals go? Cheek sandals, where are you? There you are. So this is the cheeky sandals. I'm going to go ahead and close this bag up. They only weigh 9 ounces, so that's good. So now I just go over to the eBay. I can just click on the eBay thing, or I can go to my eBay. Whatever's easiest. And I'm going to go to the cheek sandals. And the thing is like list perfectly. It shows me in the order, newest to oldest, of what was sold. So it should be the same order that's on eBay. So that makes it easy. So I know that's a 9x12 envelope. So I put in here that it weighs 9 ounces. It's a 9x12 by, let's say, 3. It's only going to California. So I could have put those in a box and it would have been just fine. It would have been really cheap. But USPS Ground Advantage is $5.07. So, and they paid $5.95 for shipping. So I'm making a few cents on the shipping, but not a whole lot. So $5.07. I'm going to print this. Print. Going to California. Can't wait for you guys to see the profits on those other items, though. On that other thing. So that one's already ready to go. And then I'm going to go back into my list perfectly. I'm going to bulk edit. My shipping cost was $5.07. My sold price for those was $20.94. $20.94. And my fees were 67, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 381 for my fees, and that's with my promoted listings. I don't promote everything, but I had these promoted apparently at one point. So I only made $11.06. But again, if I can trade a $1 bill for $11 bill, $11 bill? No such thing, but you know what I mean. I can do that all day long, right? So, let's go to my next one. I only have a few left here. Okay, so the next one is that Precious Moments box. So let's see where we end up with on this. Where did I put my other? There they are. All right, so this is a 10 by 10 by 10 box. It weighs 2 pounds, 1 ounce. So let's go back into eBay. I'll go to my eBay. Again, I could have just picked, I don't know why I'm not just clicking on the eBay logo on List Perfectly, and it brings me right to the item. So let's go here to this. It's going to Alabama, I believe. I don't think. Is Alabama on my list? Nope, I've already done there. All right, so this I said is 2 pounds and 1 ounce. So let's add 2 pounds, 1 ounce. And we know it's a 10 by 10 by 10. Now they paid $12.95 for shipping. I have the option to either pay $15.07 for priority or or $9.99 for UPS ground. They both only have $100 of protection. So I'm just going to go, not UPS. That is UPS. USPS also has 100 pounds of protection, $100, and it's $10 exactly. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. It's pretty much going to ship the same. It seems like the USPS ground, they aren't really using ground. They're still putting it on a plane from my understanding. So they get there about the same time. I haven't had any complaints about USPS ground advantage. And now that they have the $100 protection, which is the same as priority, just no sense in, California, ones that are close, those are the ones that sometimes I'll upgrade. But, yeah. So let's go. So it costs $10 exactly. Let's just see how this plays out. I go to my solds. I go to my bulk add-it. My shipping cost was $10. My sold price was $128.94. $128.94. The fees were $17.47. And so my net profit on just that item was $100.47. Now that doesn't happen every day. If it did, it would be amazing, and I wouldn't be doing anything else. I wouldn't have to sell anything else. But that was just luck. It really was. I wasn't anticipating it. These were not what were pictured in the box. They just said they had a lot. So I wasn't really sure. I had no intention of them. That was not it wasn't planned. So anyway, that's how I do my shipping. I still have 3 more things. I'm not going to make you wait along for all of them. But anyway, if you guys have any questions about anything, please go ahead and post it in the questions below in the comments, and I will answer it. And I hope you all have an absolutely wonderful day. And my husband and my daughter will be doing their shipping shortly. And I'm going to actually bring all the items myself to the post office today at our local. I like to bring them on Mondays because we usually have a lot of packages over the weekend. And our mailman, he just doesn't have a lot of room in his truck. So, and then they won't get scanned till later. And if I bring them myself, they get scanned immediately. And it gives me the opportunity. I usually bring them in an eBay bag, and it gives me the opportunity to talk to others in our area, and meet new people and learn, and meet the people at the, I bring them to our library here in Maricopa, and the people there already know me. So, yeah. Anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful day, and happy thrifting or happy shipping, happy selling, whatever it is that you're doing. Have a great day doing it. Talk to you soon. Bye.